The Goblin Dog. The goblins of the Badlands raise mutated wasteland dogs for hunting, guard duty, and cruel blood sports. Trained for ferocity, these slavering beasts are larger than the dogs of the West and often display grotesque physical abnormalities and many scars of battle. Most frightening of all are those with the faces of goblins that talk in the crude, broken Verster dialect of their masters. Dogs of the goblin kennels can detect the faintest sense of Udlanders and other humans over the staggering stench of the goblin camps and settlements, warning their owners of raiders and intruders. When goblin war parties gather to hunt in the wastelands, they bring packs of vicious hounds to sniff out the trail of potential slaves across the long leagues of the barren land. Alright everybody, welcome back to the Dungeon Dive and our continuing Let's Play of Dungeon Degenerates, the Hand of Doom. In our quest to establish a base in the wetlands, we are traveling north to visit Gutfish Ford to see what's going on there. And right now we are on this path in the burning lakes. And if you remember, we are facing off against three very fearsome foes. We have the Morbad Gomper, the Goblin Dog, and the Goblin Egg. Okay? Now this is a fight that I might want to evade from. Or maybe some people would, but I really want to fight these guys because I want more XP so I can learn more skills, and I want more gold. Okay, so let's take a look at these guys. So the Morbad Gompler, okay, if he hits us, if he does damage to us, he will infect us and he will slime us. Infection, what that does is after the fight, when I rest, I cannot gain any wounds back. I cannot heal. I just cure the infection. And then what slime does is if I'm slimed, I'm at -1 agility. The Goblin Dog, what he does is he pursues you. So actually, I can't run until the Goblin Dog is dead, even if I wanted to. And he pursues if the party was in a bold marching stance, and we were in bold. If you noticed, I sleeved my cards today. I don't normally sleeve my games. Very, very few games do I sleeve. I really wanted to with this game because I love it so much. And the cards, while they are decent quality, they are just kind of normal cardboard. There's no linen finish or anything special about them. And what's more, the cards in the expansion are cut slightly different, so it makes shuffling them very hard. So I went ahead and sleeved all the large cards for Dungeon Degenerates. So there might be a little bit more reflection. And then finally we have this bastard right here. Okay, now you might think, oh, it's just an egg, right? It's a goblin egg. And this thing is going to be a real pain in the ass because not only, well, first of all, it doesn't attack us and it doesn't target any of our heroes. However, when we defeat it, it is going to explode, and that's going to deal 1 point of piercing damage, ignoring armor, to everything in this space, monster and adventurer. Secondly, if this card is alive at the end of the first round of battle, it will summon another monster from this area to fight with it. Basically, that other creature is going to erupt out of the egg. And finally, if it does do a point of damage, it will cause venom, which will poison us. And it will automatically cause a point of venom because it has an arm 1. It will, or because the explosion has piercing damage, and I don't have any armor to protect against that at all. So we could be in really bad shape after this fight, but I do really want to go for it and see what happens. I want to push my luck a little bit on this one. So what we do now is we are in the top of the combat round. And the game actually does come with these really nice reference sheets, and I laminated mine. Again, causes a little bit of trouble with the filming with the light, but they are really nice sheets and they have lots of good information. So we act in perception order. There were no arrival abilities on these monsters, so we're just going to go straight to the fight, and we're going to start with the Vermin Hunter because she has a 9 or a 8 on her perception. So the first thing she's going to do is, of course, the standard, the find weakness. She's going to scan one of these enemies to find its weakness so we can all deal +1 damage. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to target the Morbad Gomper, make things easy. So I need to roll a perception check, and I need to get an 8 or under. There we go, a 3. So I've scanned the Gomper and I've found his weakness. Maybe it's this umbilical cord thing coming out of his mouth. Actually, it's some kind of weird tube thing that's coming out of his eye, into one nostril, out the other, into his mouth, down. He's holding it, and yeah, some kind of snotty discharge tube or something. All right, so I know his weakness. The next thing I need to do is determine if I'm going to go into attack or assault. Or assault or guard, I mean. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to go full out assault because I want to try to kill this creature. So that'll give me my power dice in my attack stance. And then I choose an attack action. And my attack action is an agility. So my agility is a 9 because I have an 8 here and my +1 agility for my combat reflexes. So I'm going to take my red attack die. I'm going to take my green defense die and my purple power die. So let's see what we get here. Okay, so our attack is successful because we were looking for an agility under 9, which we got a 7. And also our defense was successful because we got an 8. So we're going to block 4 damage from each monster that's attacking us, but there's only 1. He does 3 to us, no piercing. So we block all of the damage from the Morbad Gomper. And then we're going to do our top die value damage to it. He has no armor, he takes 5 hit points, and he only has 3. So he is dead. He's actually going to take 6 because of this fine weakness. So total overkill. All right, so the Vermin Hunter is going to take that card as a trophy. And next we're going to come down to the Blood Sport Brawler. And she too is going to go in full-on assault mode. And so her attack is strength. Her strength is 9. Her agility is 8 for defense. So same roll here. Okay, so 6, 7. We successfully block 6 damage. The dog is going to do 4 to us. We block all of it. And we successfully hit. However, we only hit for 2. And our power die is also just 2. So we also have this skill here, Foe Killer, that we do an extra damage to enemies that are XP value of 2 or more. Okay, the Goblin Dog only has an XP value of 1. So that's not going to help us. So unfortunately, we're only going to do 2 points of damage to the Goblin Dog. So it is still alive. All right, well, that was the first round of combat. However, we have to deal with this Goblin Egg now. Let's see what explodes from the Goblin Egg for its summon ability. And the summon ability only happens after the first round. It doesn't keep summoning. So we're going to draw the monster from the Badlands here. And we have a Gobfly. It's a filth, it's a goblin, and it's vermin. It has evade, and it infects. So that was the same ability, the infect ability. it attacks the target. It targets the hero with the lowest agility. Okay, so it's a tie again. It has an attack of 2, an armor of 1, and 3 health. I think I'm going to have that also attack the Brawler. Have the Brawler tank a little bit. So that egg is not really going to do anything now until we kill it. Then it's going to explode. All right, so we're back at the top of the round here. And what evade means on the gobfly is evade means that if I roll doubles for my attack roll, then the attack misses. I'm going to double check that real quick. Let's see, evade. When you attack this monster with a melee attack, so actually, the Vermin Hunter's attack is not melee, it's reach. So let's see, when you attack with a melee attack, if the attack roll results in doubles, your attack misses. So the Vermin Hunter cannot actually miss because of that evade. So that's really nice. So there are no enemies targeting the Vermin Hunter, so I can target whichever enemy I want on the board. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the weakness. And I'm actually going to find the weakness of the fly because of its armor of 1. So I need to make a perception check of 8. All right, there we go. Got it. So I find the gobfly's weakness. Perhaps it's that nasty nose it's got there. And now I'm going to go ahead and attack the gobfly because I don't want to get infected. So my attack again is an agility and it's a reach. I don't need to roll my defense die because nothing is targeting me. And so I roll my attack die and the power die, and I'm looking for, my agility is 8 plus 1 is 9. So there's a 4 or 5 and then a 3. So I'm going to do 4 damage plus 1, 5 damage to it. It has an armor of 1, so it blocks 1, takes 4, it only has 3 health. So the Vermin Hunter has killed another creature. Now we're back to our Brawler. So the Brawler is going to stay in assault stance, and it will have to roll. She will have to roll a defense die. And she's looking at attack of a melee, so strength. So she's going to need a 9 or less on the red die. Ooh, that's bad. That's real bad because not only did she miss her, she missed both. Yikes. Okay, so she rolled over her agility. She had an agility of 8. She rolled a 9, so she's going to take damage, and she's going to miss because she needed a 9 and she rolled a 10. I'm wondering if this is worth using a point of luck to re-roll. I think it is. So I'm going to use a point of luck. This is a heroic, I think it's called a heroic effort. I can use 1 point of luck to re-roll 1 die. I'm going to roll this die and hope to get anything but a 5 or a 6. Ooh, she was lucky. Good strike there. So now I can use my power die as an attack die. And the goblin had 4 health left, and it does 6. So the goblin dog is dead. Okay, so that was a good use of luck. So far we've been pretty lucky on this roll, or on this combat. Okay, so the find weakness is going to go back. And again, we're at the top of the round. Just need to take out this goblin egg. I'm going to do a perception check to find the weakness again. Looking for an 8 or under. 8, I find the weakness. So this attack against this goblin egg is going to be a +1. No reason to roll a defense die because nothing is targeting me. And that was a complete miss, a total whiff on the goblin egg. I'm not going to spend any luck. That'll be fine. I'm just going to go on to the Brawler, and we're going to do the same thing. Melee attack in assault stance. No point in rolling the defense die. There we go. We rolled under our strength, which was a 9. We rolled a 4. And our power die, which we can use, is a 5. So we're actually going to do 6 damage. The goblin egg blocks for 1. That's definitely more than 2 left. The goblin egg explodes into an acidic mess. We each take 1 point of damage. So the brawler is up to 3 points of damage, and the vermin hunter is up to 1 point of damage. And now we also are poisoned because of the venom. What poison does is it lasts until we rest. And poison lowers our constitution by 1. And constitution is what dictates our hit points. And things in this game are constantly in flux. And so when our constitution goes down, we're normally at 18 because it's 2 times 9. But when our constitution is now at 8 because of the poison, we actually lose 2 maximum. Okay, so her con is 6, so she would be at 12 maximum hit points, but now it's at 5, so we're going to drop down to 10. So that was the end of the fight. So now let's add up our trophies for the vermin hunter. The vermin hunter gets 2 XP and no gold for these. Okay, but because there's a 2 XP, there is a chance to get some loot. So if I roll a 1 or a 2, I can draw a loot card. No. Okay. And let's see what the brawler gets. The brawler gets 2 XP and 1 gold. So the brawler is up to 11 XP. And then 7 gold. And same thing, if I roll a 1 or a 2, I can draw a loot card. No. Haven't had very much luck with loot in this game. Or in this mission. The first mission I did, I was getting loot left and right. It was nice. Okay, and now the last thing we have to do is, if you remember, we had this encounter that we have to take care of now. And so we are in a perilous area, which is the Burning Lakes. So we are facing the Geomancer. It's an encounter with a wizard. A wizard watches you intently from atop a nearby rock formation. The gemstones set into his elaborate rings, gleaming brilliantly in the light. The party must approach, fight, or ignore him. Okay, so I'm not going to look at anything. Let's see, what would we do? We just got done fighting these really nasty creatures, and we look over into the distance, and there's this geomancer, this strange, otherworldly sorcerer hanging out on the rocks around the burning lakes, watching us. I think these 2 strong female warriors would be curious, and I think they would approach him. Let's hope I'm not making a mistake. Approach. Draw 2 items from the loot deck. The party may now purchase these in morale order. He will invite anyone he deems worthy to study a nearby ruined megalith he discovered. Each scholar, warlock, or wizard in this space may become detained and make a mag test. If you pass, gain D3 XP. Okay, well, unfortunately, my ladies are full-on brawlers. You got human hunter rogue, human fighter performer. So we are not interested in learning the ways of the geomancer. So what we can do is we might be able to buy something off him. So we do 2 items from the loot deck. Take the top 2 items here. Okay, the first item we have is a mysterious map. We can buy this for 3 gold. And this is draw a danger card, but do not resolve it. If the card shows a location, place an explored encounter on that location and up to 1 path adjacent to it. If the card shows a territory, place an explored counter on any 2 paths. Wow, so this allows us to just kind of explore areas as somewhat at randomly. Okay, and then the next thing we have here is a dueling dagger, which we can buy for 5. It's a one-handed bladed weapon. It attacks with agility. And if we are in the guard stance, when you use luck to re-roll a power die, add 1 to the value of the re-roll. You know, we do need to save our money in this map, in this quest right now, because we're gonna have to invest in the town. And so none of these items, I don't think either of these are really amazing. And so I'm not going to buy either of them. I'm going to return them to the bottom of the loot pile here. The loot pile got absolutely massive after I sleeved it. That's the only problem with sleeving cards. I hate how big the stacks get. And I just dropped them all on the floor. So they're all, and I also hate how slippery they get. Yeah, look at that. So, all right, well, we're going to clean that up after after the this video is over. Just make sure not to step on any. First world problems, right? Slippery board game cards. All right. So now the combat phase is over, and now we're back to the top of the map phase. And so we have to decide how we are going to progress. Oh, one thing we also need to do is, because we won an encounter here, we can lower this territory, the Burning Lakes. We can lower the danger level there. So we can lower that to 3. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to stay in bold mode, and I'm going to perform a rest here. Now, because this is perilous, I cannot heal here by resting. However, I can still try to explore this path to make it an explored path. And that'll also remove our poisoned condition. So I'm going to remove the poison markers. I'm going to have my Vermin Hunter do a perception check. So I'm looking at a roll of 8 or under. There's that 8 again. Man, she's been really lucky with those 8 rolls, huh? So that means that I have successfully explored this pathway. So this pathway is now a known path for faster travel. And now, is there anything else I want to do while I'm resting? I can't recover. I did explore. I might be able to improve. I can't invest here and I can't trade here. So improving is how you buy skills and how you level up skills. So right now, the Vermin Hunter only has 7 hit points or 7 experience. So that's not really enough to do anything really cool with. However, the Brawler has 11. So she might be able to buy a really cool skill. So this is actually a mastery here. It started off as Foe Killer, and then I paid the XP again to level it up to the mastery side. And so here is our giant pile of skill cards, and these are all in somewhat of alphabetical order. And there were a couple that I was interested in, and I think at 11 I can almost buy anything. So there is a lot of different skills in here. Deadeye Shot, Dope Smoker. Let's see here. Your attacks inflict +1 damage against swarms and vermin. So I have the other thing against swarms, and I have not run into a swarm yet. So I don't know if I like those ones that are very particular to the kind of enemy you're going to fight. You know what? This Find Weakness is really good. I don't know if it stacks though. I'm not sure about that. It might. Goblin Slayer. At the end of a fight, you may consume 1 brute, filth, or goblin that your party destroyed. If you do, make a contest. If you pass, recover wounds equal to your lowest single die. Interesting. So I can eat my prey. As a quick action, if you destroy an enemy this round, choose a target bandit or heretic. No. Let's see here. Well, I did like this one, Looter. When you make a loot roll, roll 2 dice and use either one. That's for 8 XP. I'm going to take that because I want better chances of getting loot after fights. So that costs us 8 experience points. So we are now down to 3 XP. And now we have to draw, so I think that's all the rest actions we're going to take. So now we have to draw a danger card. This hopefully doesn't get too bad. And let's see here. The Hell Pit. Where is the Hell Pit? Let's take a look over here. The Hell Pit. Uh-oh. The Hell Pit is already at 6. So that means the Hand of Doom is going to come out. And we are outside, and the outside level here is 5, okay? But our danger level is 3. So we are not going to have an encounter, but we are going to introduce the Hand of Doom to the board. So what we do is we take a Doom marker of the color of the area that the card dictates. So that was a red Hand of Doom marker. So I got to find, let's see here, a red Hand of Doom token. My bowl of tokens is a little too small. Okay, so we have this red Hand of Doom token, and we're going to put that up here. If this track ever gets completely full, it's game over, campaign over. Now I'm pretty sure that the Hand of Doom actually comes out at the area that it lists there. I'm just going to double check that. So the Hand of Doom, place the Hand of Doom counter in the triggering space. This is the space indicated on the danger card. If the danger card corresponds to a territory, a specific location is listed below that territory. Yep. So the Hand of Doom is actually going to come out on the Hell Pit. So that's not too bad. It's way up here, but it might work its way down. And so if we ever end our map phase in a space with the Hand of Doom, then we have to draw a bad card. But I don't know if anything else happens right now, so let's see here. After resolving your danger card, if the Hand of Doom is in your space, draw a Sign of Power card and resolve its effects. Let's see here. While the Hand of Doom is in a space, that space is considered perilous. You cannot recover wounds using the recovery action here. And then we'll move on. Let's see. After resolving your danger card, if the Hand of Doom is in your space, draw a Sign of Power card and resolve its effects. Ignore any random encounter result on your danger card. Do not draw a random encounter. Instead, you may attempt to drive off the Hand of Doom. Now, Doom cards. After moving the Hand of Doom, draw and resolve a Doom card. When you draw a Doom card, first check that the Hand of Doom's current space matches. Okay, so we do have to draw a Doom card because the Hand of Doom did move. It moved onto the board. And so we take these Doom cards here. And we have to draw one that matches the color of the territory that we're in, which is going to be red. So let's give these a quick shuffle here. So we draw until we draw a red one. Nope. There we go. Tectonic devastation, the blasted heath, the hell pit, and the skull bridge. The land shakes violently and rips apart, widening the chasms through the Badlands and destroying the only bridge across it. Place a destroyed token on the counter at place a destroyed counter at Skull Bridge. Place a void gate at the Hell Pit and increase the danger level there. Okay, so void gate goes to the Hell Pit. It's already at 6, so I don't believe anything else happens. I'm going to put that on the yellow side. It's a little easier to see. Actually, at the Hell Pit here. Okay, and then we place a destroy. So here's a destroy token. We place that on the Skull Bridge, which is this bridge here. So that bridge is now completely blocked. So we can't make our way up to here. And is that all we do? That is all we do for now. All right, so that was our first Doom card. Not so bad because we don't need to go up there right now, but we'll see what happens later. All right, well, I think that's going to do it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed that last video. We have explored this path. We're on our way up to Gutfish Ford. The Hand of Doom is now on the board. And lots of spaces are getting more and more dangerous. So, all right, you guys, we'll have a good one, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.